Welcoming you back to Crypto's Juiciest News, baby dolls. We have so much juicy content coming your way. I've got 50,000 things to go through. Is Michael Chad Saylor going to buy billions of dollars more BTC? What's going on with Sharp Stink, the SEC, and the White House, and cryptocurrency? Copper, is it going to end our bull market early? What's going on with copper? I've got so many things to show you, man. We're actually going to go through heaps, friends, heaps. I'm gonna start with BTC taking a bit of a tumble. $116,000. It's kind of funny now. $1,000. Oh no, we're tumbling. What's going on? Man, I've got so much more coming your way, friends. As well, we're starting to make progress with the US Congress politicians starting to ban themselves from owning stocks. Like, it's starting to be a bit more forward thinking, and they might actually do some action. And we've been waiting for this for multiple years. That might be one of our exotic top signals. So we also have, remember, friends, Ethereum is still stuck in this big annoying triangle. Hopefully it starts to crack up soon. Remember, $4,000, I guess, it's that next nice round number, but really we don't care about that. We want to see a $5,000 ETH, because Bitcoin's way beyond its all-time high of 67,000. It's still up around 2x there. So for Ethereum to be under 5,000, it's still very racist. ETH-BTC ratio is still in the retracement zone. We perhaps get back towards the 60 or the 70% retrace around here. This would be the ETH-BTC area. That was around the Ethereum spot ETF. We hopefully get around there. And by the way, they're very big prices, right? If Bitcoin's 200K, you're looking at a 10 to 14K Ethereum, depending on what Bitcoin does, right? Ultimately, we're still here to manifest crypto to 10 trillion. I'm going to go through more content here for you. We've been just like chugging up sideways. Just following this channel up. That's what we want to see. There might be another fake out, as there always is, friends. You hear it from thousands of placements out there all over in cryptocurrency land. This is the daily chart for BTC. With the super trend, it's still flogging itself around here, flogging itself in a very family-friendly way. We're looking for this random pop where we just go, yay, everything's about to get better. And then we go sideways again, yay. We're hoping for something like that, okay? I don't know how far it's going to go. I want to show you something too, friends. This is very, very important. Play some PUBG music. Thank you. Thank you, and you're welcome. Now, the global liquidity cycle is extremely important. It's pretty much a crypto cycle. This is something we have to pay attention to. This is global liquidity fractal. The yellow line is obviously the global M2, and this is BTC. Okay, it's about a 90-day lag with this. We have started to tick down in September. All right. So September, remember, friends, every year September we call it Rectember. Now, we got away with murder last year, didn't we? In Rectember, we actually went up. And I think 2023 went up as well. It was actually pretty, it was okay. It was okay. We only finished like -1%. So we had a good September last year. That's why I feel like, yeah, we're gonna get bonked on this one. It's kind of funny. I remember actually a year ago, last year September, I said we're definitely going red in the next one, and here we are. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to go down in September, please. So it's kind of funny, friends. We're moving into the month of August. And yeah, it's called, friends, it's called Rectember for a reason. And trust me, I'll tell you this. I call it Rectember every year. I know it goes down every year. I even have a meme. I say, don't turn your back on Rectember, man. It's the worst month in crypto. We should ban this whole freaking month. Okay. And even I'm still prepared on paper, but when it comes, it hurts. Okay. Now, this is BTC. If we move up, we follow this fractal perfectly, okay, you get to like this 140, 150. The thing is, though, it never follows it perfectly. Towards the end of the bull market, we're supposed to disconnect to the upside. And right now we're going sideways. Here we are right now. We're literally going sideways. So as you can see, it isn't 1-to-1 already, okay? But we are starting to tick down from Rectember. If this thing keeps ticking down from here, then, we're going to get another reset. Now, from what I see, I feel like this is the second last one. However, I think everyone's going to call the end here. Whatever happens there. I don't know why. Just something tells me everyone's going to call the end. You want to know what's interesting, friends? I've covered this here for you multiple times. In 2017, September was a red year as well. Look at that. When Donald Trump was president, here's the 7th September candle. There was an enormous collapse, and then it just wicks back. And see, everyone thinks it's over. By the way, everyone thought it was over. I wasn't around here, but man, you gotta understand, man. This thing, man, is like, look, like this is, man. You gotta think about this. This looks like a parabola, dude. You know what I mean? Like, if you're this thing you've never seen before, it's up 19x, 1,900%. You're like, oh, it's definitely over. It wasn't over, but it came up and it popped up to the top. So, oh man, I hope one day we all get rewarded for believing in something, if you know what I mean. But we'll see how all that plays out. Another friendly reminder, the 6-month candles, right? We are now in the longest in history. Okay, if we finish this year green, right, that'll be the longest period of time we've run, you know? And so you might say, well, okay, what if you sell a bit and it keeps going? Well, that's the thing. You don't have to sell everything, you know? If by the end of this year, if you take profit on 30 or 50%, you have half and half. Think about this. If there's another green 6-month candle next year, you can sell a bigger portion. But if it's red, I mean, it's game over. You know what I mean? You know you're waiting at that point. You know, like after 6 of the green 6-month candles, right? Look, you know you're getting like 2 red. You know what I mean? This one, you get 3 red. That sucks. But the red is only 16% down. But actually, it feels really, really, really bad. You got 3 here, you got 2 here, you got 2 here. So that's the bear market stuff, right? So we are running on borrowed time, but you know, everyone's like saying, oh, the institutions are here. It's kind of funny. Every time I go to comment section, other people's, I watch a lot of other channels, always check the comment sections, what people are feeling, what are they sniffing around, and just so common, man. There's always someone in every channel saying, you can't compare to the previous cycles because we have institutions now. This is not like the other cycles. And then I'm even seeing people I respect in a family-friendly way on Twitter who are saying the new people buying into Bitcoin here, they have large amounts of money and they have long time frames. You shouldn't be using analysis from the past. And I'm like, it sounds like to me you are starting to build into the thought that this time is different. Okay, not yet though, not yet. They're whispers out there, whispers. We're building into it. So when they'll actually declare this time is different, it's when the price is up. Okay, so people who are saying it now, like, yes, this is the thing. They are different now. That's why we've been running the longest period of time. You're actually true, but you're living it right now. We're already in the longest period of time. Do you know what I mean? So, but here's the thing. Eventually, though, it does run out. Eventually it does. When's it going to be? We'll see. Now, remember, we have OTHERS-btc, which is still only 1 green monthly candle on OTHERS-btc. We've only had 1, man. We don't even know what 2 green monthly candles feels like. It's been like literally forever. Literally last time we had it was at the end of last cycle bull market, yeah? This one was a fake one. This one was fake trash because we just been going down forever. So, you know, oh, wow, 2 green. These don't count. These are rubbish. You know what I mean? This is actually real. So Bitcoin halving is like real bull mode. We've literally seen nothing. That's why I don't know how this is gonna, I don't know how it's gonna reconcile itself, you know? But if I was just it could be we just literally, once this thing turns, it just goes this big thrust up only, and that's actually it. And then we spend 3 years fading off again. It might be those candles that goes up and does something super fast and aggressive. Got to remind you as well, friends, I just showed you, you know, Bitcoin, it's running long and we might go down. Yeah, they're all mights, you know what I mean? So I'm not here to time stuff every 15 seconds. I don't care about that, okay? Everybody who does that, they're way, way, way poorer than people who just play the whole cycle and who hold forever, okay? They're way poorer, okay? But they're louder. That's the thing, okay? People who change their mind every 15 seconds, they're really loud. Like, oh, I'm bullish. Oh, no, that guy's too bullish. That guy's, you know what I mean? Like, oh, no, I'm bearish, okay? So just, we didn't care about them, all right? And it's all probabilities and stuff anyway. But ultimately, I'm looking for those euphoria signals. You go, I want to see right now, friends, altcoins, super strong hands. The strongest of hands, actually. Quite the strong hands, I might say. Eventually, though, I will see signals, and so will you, out in the marketplace, which shows, you know what? You're not strong hands anymore, man. We got the weakest of the weak here. You know what I mean? So what's that going to look like? We'll see. You know, there'll be... I imagine random things happening, friends. Like in 2023, I remember... I just was starting to conceptualize. I go, maybe at the very, very top, someone will be so euphoric. I just imagine somebody fornicating with their lady friend on webcam because I've just made money in crypto. I just imagine something like that. Now, here's the crazy part. Someone actually did that with Pump Fund. Yeah, it's just wild, man. That's got with the Pump Fund streaming, but also had heinous access. But I feel like, did I already? That's the hard part. That's why I don't know. Like, hey, I did predict it. Someone did make love to another lady friend on cam, but was that their Pump Fund euphoria? And by the way, it's like I was imagining that you guys made like $500,000 or something. This couple made like $2.5 grand. You know what I mean? Like it's just something about it just hitting a bit different. You know, it's not popping like I think, but whatever. Sol ETH ratio continues to go down, and last time I checked, Dune was the opposite of up. We'll see, man. Friends. Oh, check this out, man. Pulse to soy ratio is almost flipping green. It actually did momentarily flip green. Woo! This is gonna be big. Because, friends, remember, Ivan got rid of his Pulse. He sold all of his Pulse for soy around here. And now it's funny, he gets back less already. Because he did not buy back down here. He didn't believe. So he actually gets back less of his Pulse from his initial bag. So if this thing just pops like that to get his attention, oh man. But you're probably saying, Sammy, he could just get in now. No, friends. This is the thing, man. Because he saw everyone excited. He 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See that? 6 times. 6 times he got faked out. Yeah, it's literally it's boy who cried wolf, man. That's what markets do, man. They shake and take forever, and the business cycle and everything out here. Before we even crack on with the news, friends, as well, because I've given you the juiciest of news, some say. This one I'm about to show you is we can't take it. We can't take it lightly. This is the copper gold ratio. Donald Trump comes out and he says, copper, you are trash. And then it dropped 25%. He's done the big tarif. This is the copper gold ratio, okay? This, friends, is an actual indicator of the business cycle. It really is just showing you what it is. Unfortunately, these things, so if you see, look what it actually did, right? Once it starts to move up, you can see copper gold. See this is our bull market stuff, right? This is what happens. We just smacked down again. However, we don't have to really be saying it's all over yet, because there was this, look at this Hail Mary pop-up that went up last time. Exactly this is actually, funny enough, it was exactly in August 2020. And here we are, August 2025. It's like the 5-year anniversary of it, right? So I'm hoping this thing, it comes up and does something like this, right? Oh, remember, copper, right? It's industrial metal. So when you're like manufacturing more, like you got to make more, what do you use copper for? I don't know, shampoo, Game Boy batteries, stands for your Game Boy, custom Game Boy packets. That's what the economy is pretty much booming after, right? And carry packs for your Game Boys. All of them need copper. So once copper starts, the price is going up versus gold. Basically it's the utility of the economy starting to crank up, right? But yeah, still it's low. This thing, I was just like, oh, what the hell is this, bro? You're not an altcoin. You're a freaking metal, dude. You're an international worldwide metal. Everyone knows copper. You can't just go down 25% in a day, but well, we'll see how that reconciles itself. Now, checking out PulseChain core coins, friends. They've gone sideways, ticky, because Ethereum's around 3,700. Remember, we need to see above 4,000. It's like it's ready to go. But if I change out just the weekly chart, there's been some big moves on the week as well. This is a 7-day chart. This beautiful 40-50% out here. Even the 30-day in the past month as well. So things are starting to get a move on. As you obviously watched probably 50,000 times yesterday, pDAI did a whopper move to break out its bull flag. It did a cracker move, friends. It went up, what is this? My gosh, did 50% move up. And it went up and it's just absolutely cranking as well. Also, friends, on a quick topic of pDAI, I watched this cute debate between RHMaxi and Bud. Bud is a lovely gentle sir from the pDAI community, and RHMaxi is a lovely gentle sir. His name's literally Maxi, you know what I mean? So he's a Richard Hart Maxi, right? And they just shared a kind discussion and debate out here. You know, in the first 3 minutes, I was like, man, I had a bit of regret. I thought maybe I should have done it. Should have done a debate, because But then like after about 5 minutes, I was like, that's why I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Because it comes back down to you should watch it if you want. Bud does really, really well. Bud, 10 out of 10 in terms of like sharing the thesis and everything out here. Here's the thing, it cuts the same shit, friends. Just the price isn't high enough, Maxi. It's not high enough for you to believe, bro. It's literally, Bud gave you 9 out of 10 things you need to know. But he couldn't tell you that one. Because he doesn't know, bro. He's not Richard. He's like, for example, you're going to tell me, what's your question? Well, the question is, why don't you just go launch another stablecoin? Why don't you just go do it that way? I'm going to give you thousands of examples. Like, hey, man, you know, Nikolidai, friends, rest in peace, Nikolidai, they said he drowned in 8 inches of water. Okay, he was revealing the pedophile ring of the Coconut Intelligence Agency and Miss Ard, okay, and all the other stuff. And he made anybody who goes after the US dollar, that's it, or does anything, it never ends well at all. It's literally infinite downside, zero upside, pretty much, okay? But here's the thing, I could even throw this out to you, okay? You're asking us to explain why this first cycle unicorn has appeared the way. Like, friends, imagine going back to 2010, you found Bitcoin. Do you think they were saying, golly gee, this is going to be a store of value that BlackRock's going to buy? No. What they were saying is, if this really was a store of value, why would you do it anonymously? Why don't you put your name on it? I don't trust you. I don't trust a store of value that you've put on the internet, and I don't know who it is. That's exactly what they were saying. And here he is. It's funny, I'm just watching Richard. I'm watching RHMaxi saying, I just don't get it. Why won't you put your name on it? I'm like, bro, okay, you know what I mean? Like, just there's thousands of things I can draw upon, all first cycle unicorns. Now, here's the thing. Not all of them won. Not every first cycle thing becomes a unicorn. They don't all do. Some people put their names on stuff. Some people don't. You know, go back to Hex, day one adoption amplifier. Okay. If you go back and we check it here, it's like asking Richard, hey, man, let me show you. This is the Hex chart, okay? It's saying you're in Hex day one adoption amplifier. All right. And then imagine I'm a Bitcoin Maxi. What were they all saying? They're like, hey, if you're building a store of value, you're building on a house of cards. Why are you building on Ethereum? That makes absolutely no sense. Right. And you all, including yourself, told all these people, hey, man, Ethereum's the future, smart contracts. It has privacy, has more functionality. Bitcoin has no tech. Bitcoin has no privacy. Okay, Bitcoin, it's not doing anything, man. You're letting yourself get captured over time. And the Bitcoin Maxis are saying, la, 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 can hear you. And you think you're really, really, really right. And you know what? Maybe conceptually you are right? But the price still goes up anyway. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter about those arguments. But I just wanted to draw on that quickly, friends, to show you. When you see, that's right, man. When I told you, man, I'm not looking for stuff that I've seen before. That's first stuff. I want to see something I've never seen before. You know, there are other things that you've never seen before. Some of them went up. Some of them just went straight scammed. They never made it past the first cycle. Not everything you've never seen before goes up. I'm just telling you, when you've never seen something before, they're worth investigating. Okay, that's historically, statistically, in crypto, that's pretty much it. Eventually, though, we've run all the examples out, and there's no more low-hanging fruit. And then you've seen everything. And then it takes really, really, really deep bleeding edge stuff, okay? And that's how the growth rate of the industry goes down in the future. Now, let's crack on with news. As I said, copper, an indicator for the business cycle, dropped 25%. That's why if we get what I'm about to draw for you, just don't panic, okay? Just in case. Because blockchain backer is really set that we're going to go up, fake out here, and then literally the whole cycle's over. And he's got it down there. And when I drew it, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's a big channel, okay? And everyone might say the cycle's over here. And we might actually go like that. Boop. Okay, maybe that's what happens, friends. I don't know, okay? But just that's why be careful of this next wave up. Yeah, it's just continue what we're doing. Hopefully, altcoins and Ethereum holds up well. Like that's what I'm hoping. This is what happens, right? This is what I'm hoping. That man is gonna be. I'm hoping that in this next wave, Ethereum actually flashes to like 6,000 or something. I'm hoping that happens. And then if Bitcoin comes down here, that is a 30% drop for Bitcoin. I'm hoping maybe Ethereum drops 30%. It comes back to nicks 3,500 or something. And I don't know. We'll see. I'm just trying to reconcile stuff because I know we're just guessing, but just you know, we still don't want to get trapped at the very, very end because I know it's all going to work itself out. I don't know how. It's going to work itself out somehow, but we just, the specifics unknown to everyone right now. SEC Chairman Paulie Atkins has unveiled the Project Crypto, a commission-wide push to modernize security rules and move US financial markets on chain. So this is, friends, the most breaking news of today. The SEC have announced they're actually going to move all of SEC, finance, all the jizz jazz they're going to put on the blockchain. And obviously, Ethereum is going to be a huge benefactor of that. Okay, one, it's never gone down, number one. Number two, it's the oldest, you know what I mean? So, and number three, it's got all the stable coins and stuff on here, right? That might be that next narrative push. Literally, the US government's choosing it, right? Also, friends, Ethereum, it's got the bug eater banks in it, just got to tell you, it's been chosen. Okay, it's literally been chosen. They trust it, they know how to control it and everything out here, okay? But this is actually huge. This is huge news, but this news, I'm not sure if the crypto industry is going to cover much of it because this is very pro-Ethereum and everyone is pro-soy. So, and you're just watching the Sol-ETH ratio go down, as I showed you. But this is huge. They're going to move everything on there. It's more efficient. You can do the finality of things and all the blockchain and the ledger stuff and everything. So this is it's kind of wild, man. They went from, we want to ban it. It's all trash. Remember Gary Gensler, the Seaman Demon? And now, like, we're actually going to put everything on it. Man, how fast things change, man. The power of just 2 years, man. Actually, now that I think about it, it's just 1 year. Man, 1 year, Gary Gensler was still in. It was still, Donald Trump wasn't even elected yet. Man, that's wild, man. The power of just 1 year. 1 year, your life literally can change. Or it could all be over. You know what I mean? That's just 1 year. Just things move so fast, man. So, SEC Chair directs staff to build framework for trading crypto securities and non-securities side by side. Great. Also, friends, I've got to show you this. So, talk about anti-crypto stuff. Elizabeth Warren, aka Pocahontas, she was in the U.S. Congress, and look what happens. Right?
Senators voting in the affirmative.
Hello.
Baldwin, Blunt Rochester, Durbin, Heinrich.
Man, isn't just like a
Kane.
Perfect one of those omens of like just what's going on? Do you remember, friends? Just like that's just a perfect representation of like, oh no, I've just fallen on my bum. She really just looks like an old chatiora, like just an old grandma. But look, I'm just gonna tell you something as well. This what grinds my gears. The population is they still think politicians are like silly and like, oh, you're old and grandma, you didn't get it. No. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled in politics was convincing you that they don't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. It's just that when you're a blue-pilled cuck, they know if you think they're silly, you give them benefit of the doubt every time. You go, oh, you don't know what you're doing? Oh, you don't know what you're doing. And then we invent these psyops terms like, oh, Occam's razor, the simplest solution. All these other bullcrap terms to go, oh, no, they just don't know what they're doing. They know they're just, did we just sign over all our human rights? Oh, are they actually going to put a CBDC on, just rename it digital dollar? Oh, did those Jenga towers fall by themselves? Oh, what about all these? I could go on and on and on. My channel gets deleted if I do. But you can see it by now. Oh, wow, just such a total coincidence. Politicians, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just coincidentally take all the rights and all the purchasing power and everything from the population while bitch slapping them, while getting them to suck on the toes of the LA Vape Cabal. Yes, here's another meme coin. Feed them bread and circus. Oopsies. Look at the Coldplay concert. Have a look at this. Did you see the Coldplay concert? Definitely don't ask about that island with 1,000 children going missing. Oopsies. So, see, here's the thing, friends. When you're young, when you get your first Game Boy, okay, you're initiated as a man, pretty much. You think, oh, it's just my science teacher told me you guys should read about Occam's razor, and you're all just a bunch of conspiracy people. Then you see 18 conspiracies happen in a row, and you're like, all right, bro, you know what I mean? Something's going on. Do you know what I mean? That's why, friends, being long on crypto, you are long on the conspiracy supercycle. You're long on being red-pilled. You get it? Because they are debasing the population. They do have UFO tech. How do you think they make money? To research it. That's right. They print the money. They sell the bonds. They go do it. It goes to the black budget. It goes to the Pentagon. You don't go see it. They do the tornado cash. It goes and around through Ukraine and everything else in the Middle East. That's why America has these perpetual wars, because it's a perfect tornado cash. They're like, oopsies, did we go send $400 billion of tanks to defeat this little village, which you don't even need? Oh, where'd all the money go? And then they load the next distraction. Okay. If you watch it from a movie perspective, it all makes sense. Okay, but when you're a blue pill cuck, you're a little rat stuck in the maze, you got no idea. You're like, huh, that's weird. I've worked for 28 years of my life. I still can't afford anything. I don't have any investments. Yeah, because you keep saving in the currency that they're using to pay off the debt. Some people get it, some people don't. If you found me, you're starting to get it. Now, Jamie Dildo, the JP Mosquito CEO, says the bank supports blockchain and stablecoins, not Bitcoin personally, but will accommodate customer demand. Translation, they're going to choose Ethereum. Okay? That's what I read from this. If you support, okay, Ethereum has 55% of the world's stablecoins, and you said you don't want Bitcoin. I'm telling you, friends, I've been telling you for like a year, even last year, Ethereum's going down. I'm like, guys, the evil scum banks, the deep state can control Ethereum. They already have. They're in the ICOs, friends. Go look at... I just, you know, I could get this channel deleted, but then you suffer. You know what I mean? I don't suffer, you suffer. Okay, but I'm just telling you, you'll see. You'll see. Also, Jamie Dildo says he's a believer in stablecoins and blockchain. That's insane, right? Remember, what are stablecoins? Government fiat that they just make from the money printer. So, Jamie Dildo as well, friends, he's one of the biggest benefactors of the money printing. Because as a bank, JP Mosquito, here he is, he might actually be a full-on lizard as well, okay? That's what, they get special bids that they can buy the US governments for cheaper, all right? They get the money printer, they borrow it cheaper from the Fed, and then they just go buy the government ones that they get free yield. It's literally a license to print money, which is like, it's so disconnected from you don't care because they don't put it in the news. But, you know, these are people who make all the rules and stuff. So, you know what? I don't care about the people's revolution and this stuff out here, friends. We do the best revolution in the world is crypto. Okay, so if you're owning crypto, that's it. It's the most peaceful protest, and you're voting with your wallet. Okay, all these other people wasting their time to protest and to go, oh, let's go take out this politician, or let's go write this like long article on this news thing that they have to curate. You're wasting your time, dude. You know what I mean? Michael Chad Saylor's MicroStrategy has filed for $4.2 billion offering to buy more Bitcoin. So I'm going to show you Michael Chad Saylor here. There we go, Mr. Michael Chad Saylor. Man, friends, just to tell you, 4.2 billion, he's actually cranking it up now. Wow. If you've been watching me yesterday, friends, I've got more videos coming out. We're speaking about Michael Saylor. Friends, you know Michael Saylor has a stablecoin already. It's Stretch, STRC. So his average price is 73,000, and he's starting to crank it up, bro. Friends, I just want to tell you, right, he's put in about 47 billion. Okay, his total money over like, how long has it been? 5 years? 47 billion. He's going to raise 4.5 billion to put in again. So that's 10% of everything he's put in the past 5 years. He's just going to go bang. All right. So as you can see, the dots are getting bigger and it's going to start to accelerate. Remember this, friends, this is when I calculated this, it was absolutely insane. Michael Chad Saylor put $20 billion over these 4-year period, and then he put $20 billion a year. All right, so he's probably going to put another 20, another 20, another 20. That's going to happen. You're probably wondering, where's he getting all the money from? Leverage. It's not his money. And what he's done is he's gone to the fixed income bond market. That's why I really think, man, they're going to wind this stuff back later on in the bear market. Bo Hines says the US aims to accumulate Bitcoin in a budget-neutral way while long-term infrastructure and clear regulations for digital assets. So the White House fans been making a lot of pro-crypto news. Here's Bo. Some say Bobo. All these crypto news, just like, we could really feel it, man. It's building up. It's building up. It's building up. And probably the price slaps up. I'm hoping Bitcoin 240K December. That'll be nice. If it's the end of the year, Bitcoin 240K. Kobe said that number. Richard Hart said that number. we've already gone longer than the traditional cycle in terms of running up for 6-month periods. Like it'll be tick, 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 tick. And I'm hoping, you know, we've got the Ty Lopez, exotic top signals and everything out here. So we'll wait and see. Throb and Hood, their revenue has climbed 45% year on year, but their crypto revenue rose 100% in the second quarter. So you better believe that every single person in the stock market is watching that. As we transcend and interlude with this angel music I'm sharing here for you, they're all watching this glorious rise of crypto again and making all this money. Hopefully they're going to pivot. Maybe they'll all do stable coins and we'll see. Coinbase is going to launch tokenized stocks and prediction markets for the US users, expanding all-in-one crypto on-chain exchange. So everyone's going to start doing these expanding. And for instance, perfect example, right? I spent all of 2022 and all of 2023 but making so many videos for you telling you the community is the asset, not the code. Okay, so Polygon have Poly Market, yeah? In the Poly Market, where they allow prediction markets. I told you, if your code is really, really, really good, the bigger networks just steal your code and just use it for their own customers. That's why the market doesn't give you like 100 billion valuation for your code. It's smarter than that. And I wanted to figure out why. Why isn't it that they just copy? And I realized there has to be an answer. A lot of people were saying, market hasn't woken up. The market's stupid. I go, no, I don't think that, bro. I think the market has woken up, man. Because everyone's saying, oh, the people in crypto, they're just silly. They don't understand. I go, no, there's something called the wisdom of the crowd, man. So instead of me saying the market was like, you know, silly, I was like, you know what? There's something I'm not understanding. That's what led me on my journey to get to this answer. And I'm showing you right now. Coinbase, they can see Poly Market where they're like, you know, we can bet on stuff like, oh, is Donald Trump, is he going to have orange hair or red hair tomorrow, right? They've just taken that code. They go, hey, let's just give it to Coinbase customers. There you go. Coinbase has big evaluation because they just have all the customers. So the people are the asset, friends. The people, not the code, okay? It's the people. Community is the asset. And it goes off Metcalfe's law and Reed's law. The more people, the harder it is for the network to pretty much leave. Okay? The bill to ban congressional stock trading, the Pelosi Act, has passed out of committee with an 8-7 vote. You gotta admit, that's pretty funny, man. Like, they really hate her so much. They're actually calling the stock market insider trading thing the Pelosi Act. Like, she's gonna know, like, it's named after your surname, man. That's cool. That's like the ultimate politician dirty thing. But yeah, they are going to vote through it, friends. I also saw, I think, Camel Finance, they're starting to talk about it as well. This is funny. It was just interesting. Me and Blockchain Backer at the same time started thinking about that congressional thing around like a few years ago, and now it's starting to come out. So remember, friends, the US Fed banned themselves from owning stocks in October of 2021, and it was a convenient rule to put in which lets them sell the top before they put rates from 0 to 5%. Okay, but the politicians didn't do it. The government didn't do it. Now it's the US Congress. They're able to do it. Okay, but they've been talking about this for literally for years and years and years and years. Even I remember AOC talking about it 2022, then 2023. Oh my gosh, every year it comes up. But now they might actually, they're like, oh yeah, it's a good time to sell, right? But that's it because they look innocent to the public. Okay, it's like, it's so strange. They're meant to all hate each other. That's how you get kill their core con. They're all lizard people the same way. So we're waiting on that, right? It's one of my exotic top signals. The White House says President Trump supports banning Congress from trading stocks. Banning members of Congress from trading stocks is a thing because of Nancy Pelosi. She makes $174,000 a year, yet she has a net worth of $413 million. My gosh. That's wild, man. She's the world's greatest trader, friends. I want to see the indicators she's using. By the way, we found one guy on Twitter. I think this guy binked it. I think he put like 80,000 and now he's up to like 960,000, almost $1 million. He has been doing Nancy Pelosi trades for 3 years. Yeah, 2 or 3 years. And it was interesting. He said sometimes, because she's so early, the price will still go down after she gets in. So she gets in, she releases the report 30 or 60 days later or 90 days. And then if the price is down, he really likes those trades. Sometimes the stock is like 5% below where she gets in. And so he's like, oh, this is going to be a good one. And so it's kind of wild, man. Yeah, that's actually happening. I think actually he started doing this before Elon bought Twitter. And then guess what? Jack Dorsey banned him. Yeah, that's why, man, these communists, dude, they're working with the government. They're just so corrupt. They're so evil scum. So that's actually what happened. Yeah, they actually got him banned. Obviously, she definitely got on a phone call and said, oh, yeah, get rid of that guy. And they did. That's what Twitter used to be like, man. That's why I don't know how long it's going to be like that, friends. Because think about Elon, friends. He's got 15 kids, dude. He's got 15 kids. Like, I'm telling you, man, if he asks the wrong question, if he says, you know what, I'm going to leak the UFO stuff, either he's dead, they're going to do something, like, just, yeah, man, I just don't know how long we'll be able to do this. I just have to invent more code words for us. OpenAI has reached a $12 billion annualized revenue, roughly doubling its income in the first 7 months of 2025, with approximately 700 million weekly active ChatGPT users. Wow. Friends, we might see they go public at the very top of the AI cycle, and it's $1 trillion market cap or something. We might see that. That'd be freaking gold, man. The AI, it's boosting up, man. This is huge. 12 billion in annualized, man. Gosh, annualized revenue, man. And that's gonna keep growing. They're probably gonna add features like, oh yeah, if you want to do videos, if you want to do like, you know, audio, man. Oh man, they're gonna take everything else out here. So that's what's actually underpinning the economy. That's why the economies are slowing down. We like it's pricing in the future. People know, hey, we're gonna feel optimistic about the future. We're waiting for it, right? Sharp Stink has bought 11,200 meth. Now holds 1.7 billion, worth 400. There's 449,000 of them that they have, and they're trying to get to 1 million, I believe. So that's the micro strategy of Ethereum. Shout out to my baby dolls in Bolivia. You have partnered with El Salvador, not to be confused with El Salva window. Okay, El Salvador and Bolivia to push crypto adoption. So we might see, friends. Remember, I still remember. You know, September 2021. Was El Salvador adopting crypto. I still remember that. It's September 2021, okay? It wasn't the end. Bitcoin was around 42K. Hex actually peaked in that month, but then there was about October, November, December-ish, about 2 months left, yeah? 2.5 months exact from that point. So we might see another country, or like 3 countries go, Bitcoin's our national currency now. Yeah. Can you imagine it happens again in September? That'd be wild, but it's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. We're going to see probably a couple of countries follow El Salvador. Donald Trump has said major loser too late. Powell is too angry, too stupid, and too political to lead the Fed. He's costing the US trillions. You know what, sir? Whatever it costs to pump the bags, I'll take it on. Together, we will make the US the crypto capital of the world, says the White House. That's awesome. And then you have, friends, Visa adding support for stablecoins. Look at this. The PayPal stablecoin, PYUSD, P for poop, USDG, G for grape, and then URC, C for cuck. Okay. Stellar and Avalanche are going to join Ethereum and Solana for on-chain settlement. So Visa adding support for stablecoins. They're capitulating in. That's big, man. They're all capitulating in. Stablecoin SuperCycle. Circle's going to launch their stablecoin USDC on Hyperliquid so that you can actually go in and out of the exchange. Remember, it's a decentralized exchange. It's cool and everything, but it's just, you know, it's DeFi stuff. It's strong. It's gone up only already, but yeah, man, as I say, long-term holding, buying and believing, that's going to give you the big returns. I mean, like, for example, of course, we want pDAI to break the high, but just perfect example, right? pDAI from this, like, such a juicy example. If you bought pDAI and Richard Hart's capitulation, FUD stuff, and every clip you put extra here, okay, it went to 0 first, and then it went up 380%, actually higher. It went to 0 first, and then it went up 570%, so 6x. You see, and it's not done yet, duh. But just showing you, if you were leveraged even just 2x, you're wrecked. 50% down, you're wrecked. Your money gets taken, right? So that's crypto, man. You can't mess with that volatility on the downside. Just in as well, the US court has overturned ex-OpenSea executive Nathaniel Chastain NFT insider trading conviction, citing flawed jury instructions. Okay, so this is it, friends. I remember when this happened. This took all over crypto. Okay, I'm just going to show you it now. This guy, friends, this was big. So what happened? This is like, you're going to laugh now, but at the time it was huge. So he was in OpenSea. He was one of the executives at OpenSea. And what happened was, he had a public account, and on his public account, he was buying NFTs that were going to get listed in like an hour or a day on their front page for OpenSea. So he knew which NFTs were going to be put to the front page So he was just buying them before and then he was flipping them. And I forgot how much money he made. You're probably thinking, oh, send him in jail. I think he made like $27,000 or something. But what happened was, I think Chris Kobe and other people in crypto were like, oh man, that's like really bad. Like, your front range looks like really bad optically. It went viral and went big. You know why, friends? Obviously, because what was happening is you were like 3/4 of the way into the bull mania of the NFTs, and everyone's hearing NFTs excited, but everybody's got anxiety because no one has retired yet. You know how I told you, as you build up the bull market, friends, you get this anxiety because you're climbing that wall of worry. No one's retired yet. No one's retired. But then there's that final euphoria. It's not that everyone retires. It's just that the price action goes up so far, it really looks like retirement's within reach now. We just like, I just need another 3 or 5x in. Just another 3 to 5x. We're about to go. But that's actually the top. Right? We're like, okay, I don't feel anxiety anymore, right? You're just reaching for the top. And that's why what happens is because everyone's anxious, they're like, jail him. And yes, that's pretty much what happens, the mania of the crowd at the tops. So it's laughable now because like he made like 20 or 30 grand, like nothing. With Pump Fund, friends, I literally showed you one of the LA Vape Cabal, okay? One of the LA Vape Cabal, the FaZe dude, he made 2.8 million on one token, MLG. And he sharked his friend, Aiden Ross. He goes, yes, this is your next 100x opportunity. If you buy this coin, you'll never need to buy another coin until 48 hours from now when I show you the other coin. Buy it from me. And that's actually what everybody did. Everybody sucked his toes. You go to the store, Listerine, completely sold out. Okay, so Band-Aids are sold out, Listerine sold out for 2 totally different reasons. Band-Aids are sold out because everybody's been pinging their nipples because they believe so hard. But Listerine has been sold out because a lot of people don't believe hard enough. They believe so little that they're just following LA Vape Cabal stuff. They're like, hey, believe in something for 48 hours, kind of funny. I joke 48 hours because it's such an absurdly low amount of time, but the whole time of these Jeets, friends, is actually less than 48 hours. I mean, like the pimple face kid who's made like 20 million dumping on copy traders, his whole time is 7 to 13 seconds for most stuff. And his average is 1 minute. And he brags about a 30-minute hold. As in like, I believe that one, man. But he's got 20 million and no one else does. So that's funny. It's like he gets everything. That's why it's like... But you know what, man? Like I said, friend, they're looking at these feet and they're like, man, I'd love to see you without a sock. That's what everybody in Solana is pretty much doing. Like, you need a home, dude. You guys need a home. Okay, you're wondering why this chain's been rallying for a year and a half. You still haven't retired. Guess what? I got a newsflash for you. People have retired. They've retired because you're still in holding the bag. That's why they've retired. Like I said, everyone's going to learn. Some people learn easy. Some people learn hard. Check this out. New DWS Group, Flow Traders, and Galaxy Digital-backed All Unity have launched EURAU, a fully regulated Euro stablecoin on Ethereum. Here we go, friends. StableCoin SuperCycle. There we go, friends. Just every single StableCoin SuperCycle, StableCoin SuperCycle, StableCoin SuperCycle, StableCoin SuperCycle. Huh. I wonder if Peter's going to get to $1. Congressman Thomas Massey calls to end the Fed. I wanted to put that in as like a nice little dream. Newsflash, bro. It's never going away. And by the way, if we end the word of the Fed, there will be something else. And guess what? It'll be also NHI controlled. And it will link to the Bank of International Settlements. They have ultimate control of the population. Okay? It's always going to be like that. Okay? We don't take a black pill approach here. I take a clear pill approach here, okay? Clear pill approach is, it is what it is. You got to play the game, okay? If you swim with the rats, you're going to go down with the ship because you're in a fish bowl in the ship and the ship's sinking. You're about to drown everywhere, okay? Double drowning, they call it. So we don't play that game, okay? We're on the island. And that's it. We'll see how long we last until everyone else gets here. Then we'll have to make another island. Microsoft has reached a $4 trillion market cap, the second company in history. It's kind of funny. Microsoft is literally the entire crypto industry size, plus 20%, which is wild. Just Microsoft, Network effects, yeah? But why I think crypto should be bigger than it? It's because in crypto, everyone thinks they can get rich in the casino. No one thinks they can get rich in Microsoft here. Just think about it, right? It's just funny. We'll see how it plays out. So where are we going to go from here? Well, is Donald Pump going to get Major Loser Powell to cut the rates? how much is even enough rate cut, bro? You literally got to slash 100 basis points, you know? So we'll see, friends. We'll see. Is that business cycle finally going to tick up? We're still waiting around. For now, where are we going next? Good news is, right, still BTC green monthly candles. Let's see if we can close August, and then we got to deal with September. Like, subscribe, catch you in the next one.